So today I wanted to talk to you about something that keeps coming up, and I keep hearing it. I too myself struggle with it sometimes. It's motivation. And motivation is something that, I hear people say all the time, like, I just don't feel motivated, or how do I find motivation, or how do I stay motivated to stay on track? I mean well, I intend well. My intentions are that I want to start to do the thing because I know that it's good for me. Yet I can't seem to stick with the plan, or I fall off the rails. And so this is so common. This is such a common thing that I hear. And so I want you to know, those of you that are struggling with this, you are not alone. Sometimes myself personally, I struggle with it too. And so I want you to know a couple things about motivation. Motivation is not something that just shows up or that you just have. It's actually something that you create. And I'm going to ask you a question here, and I want you to think about this. Are you a self-starter? Or are you someone who needs a little push to get going or stay motivated? So self-starters are somebody who's like, just feels like they've, has it within them, that they don't need a lot to get going. They basically can just have it in their mind. They know they're going to do the thing, and they do the thing. So congrats if you're one of those people, because that's amazing. But there's many of us who struggle with the motivation to get going. So are you that other person that needs a little bit more to hold yourself accountable, to do the things you're going to say, or to need a little push to get you going? And once you get going, you're good, right? So it could be a spectrum. Motivation, this is the thing. We can be across a spectrum with motivation. It's not cookie cutter. It's not one shoe fits all. So you can be within anywhere in that spectrum with motivation. And so the struggle is real. Do you ever wonder why? Motivation is a function of your emotions. That is why we can all be differently motivated. What motivates somebody might not motivate another person. So it's a function of our emotions. And that's why it's depending on the day or the season that you're in. It's an intrinsic feeling system that you might not even have the same motivation today that you did last week or months ago or years ago. Or you might have more motivation now. So it really depends on what's going on in your world and the type of person you are. But feelings, emotions are attached to motivation. Motivation rises and falls over time, so there can be some highs and lows. Motivation is also dependent on external factors. So that could be dependent on the type of day you had, or how much other maybe stress you're experiencing in your life. So if you're experiencing a lot of stress or things are feeling heavy, your motivation might wane and feel low. You might be not as motivated if you're in a lower vibe feeling or lower state compared to if you are in a higher vibe, happier state, right? You might be more motivated, likely, when you're feeling good. So here's the thing. Motivation is something that's going to help you achieve short-term goals. So it is really important for you to be thinking about short-term goals. And setting small, attainable goals, right? Here's the thing. All of this is also attached to a reward system in our brain. So those of us that like to know the science behind it, when we are feeling happier, when we feel like we are accomplishing things, when we feel like we've done amazing, we have little chemical neurotransmitters called dopamine released in our brain that sends a signal to our brain that is like a happy mood chemical. So when we have more of those happy mood neurotransmitters floating around, we feel more motivated, we feel happier. So it is intrinsically attached to that as well. Okay, so what's missing? If all these things are about motivation, why is it so hard sometimes? right? So why is it so hard? What's missing? Sometimes the missing piece is discipline. The missing piece being discipline, the discipline to do the things you say you're going to do. So those of us, we set the good intentions. Why are we not following through? Sometimes it's that we are not disciplined to do the thing. And so we really have to build our healthy habits around being disciplined. And discipline is that commitment that we do daily. So it's not just a one-time thing. It's really a daily, consistent, like discipline thing. Like, I'm going to follow through on this. And so no matter what, you keep showing up. Discipline is the result of your habits and something that you also control internally. And discipline will be the game changer that helps you achieve those longer term goals. So know that you actually need both. You need motivation, but discipline is what's going to pull you through to get you through to the other side. Discipline is what's going to help you create those sustainable, long-term, healthy habits. Discipline is what is going to get you up out of bed even when you're not motivated to do the thing. So guys, remember, you need both. And no matter where you're at, what season you are in, you got this. So what is it going to be the key or the difference for you? Depending, again, if we go back to, are you a self-starter? Or do you need a little bit more support and push or accountability? Have a plan in place. It comes down to that bottom line. You need both motivation and discipline to create the sustainable action taking steps. But sometimes we need more. If you're not that self-starter, maybe you need a buddy system. Maybe you need somebody who's going to check in with you. Maybe you need a coach to hold you accountable. Maybe you just need a plan and you need to visualize and see it and check those boxes off every day. Maybe you need to have that all scheduled out in your calendar. You need a support system, family and friends. Figure out what you're going to need and then you got this, then do the thing. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know. And for sure, direct message me, reply back to this video. I'm here for you, here to help you, cheer you on. Yes. Until next time, see you.